everyone, it's Jaden and welcome back to another video, or just welcome to, your first ever Spilled Coffee Studio video if this is your first time here. In today's video, I'm going to be working on two drawings actually for my Drawing 2 class. This particular project was a series of 2 drawings the project was called the Invented Spaces and Structures project. Basically, we had to create kind of like a little town building, whatever we wanted, as long as we somehow included linear perspective in it, as that it was something that we were reviewing at the time in the class. Now, at the time of me recording this voiceover, I've already done the critique for this project, and I'll let you guys know a little bit about that. But first, let me explain the idea that I had. Now, I had several different ideas of, when I first started this project, and if you have seen my most recent studio vlog, I talk about them in that a little bit, but I'll just go over them again in here. Now, my different ideas were, my first idea was a sort of apocalyptic type town, maybe, a zombie apocalypse that happened, or like an alien one, just something like that. And I think that idea really came from the fact that The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, was coming out, and even though I hadn't really been keeping up with The Walking Dead, I had been seeing so many clips from that, and honestly it was just grabbing my attention. And then after those ideas, I thought about possibly doing a very retro inspired thing with a motel or maybe a record store, something like that, because y'all know that's my kind of vibe. And then finally, I also had the idea of a Western saloon type thing, or a Western town for whatever reason. I don't know why, it was just kind of speaking to me. But I eventually settled on doing a vampire motel. That's right, a vampire motel. I thought that would be really fun. It would kind of take the retro kind of idea, but giving it a little bit of a spin. I tried with this piece to incorporate certain aspects of Gothic architecture, because to me that's something I think of when I think of vampires for whatever reason. So you can really see that mainly in the windows of the building. Right now you can see that I am working on a little lantern, because those are supposed to be my little sources of lights throughout the motel, just because I thought that would be really cute, and again it kind of gives it that Gothic kind of feel. Now, I had mentioned that I had done the critique already for this project, and I had gotten some pretty good feedback on it, and feedback that I definitely agree with. You'll see at the very end when I show the entire piece, both of them. For the first one, which is the one I'm working on right now, which is the exterior of the motel, the lighting was really off, because you'll later see me coloring the background in charcoal, so it looked like it was dark outside and it was nighttime. However, the shading of the motel didn't really capture that very well. In some parts it did, and others it really didn't, especially on the building. So that was something I was going to have to work on. And then in the second piece, that one didn't really get as much feedback, especially in concerns with the lighting and stuff, since it was indoors, because it is the interior of the hotel. It shows one of the hotel bedrooms, or motel, whatever, same thing. And with that one, I actually really don't like it. I didn't have anybody really say that it looked bad or anything like that, but to me it is so incredibly empty, and you can definitely tell it was one that I was rushing, because this particular clip that you see me working on now, that point, it was Monday, February 26th, I believe, and that drawing, both of them, were due Thursday, February 29th. So I'm a major procrastinator, and I was really pushing it with these pieces, I can tell you that much. But you can definitely see that in the second drawing, that was definitely a bit rushed and did not have as much care and detail to it as this particular piece. One thing that was commented on during my critique was that they really liked all of the little details, and that was something that is a bit of a strong suit for me, and I totally agree with them. If you see in all of my other drawings that I've done, I love my little tiny details in it, it's a Coffee and Create, I believe, and it was the colored pencil drawing that was kind of a sleepover type thing, or girls hanging out me and my mom as teenagers. And I did all the little cassettes and posters and stuff like that. All those little details, you can totally tell that I love that kind of stuff. Right now you can see me working on one of the little details for this particular drawing, which is the doors, and I wanted the doors to look like little coffins, or it had a little stained glass piece of a coffin on it. And then I did Gothic style lettering for all of the stuff like that, like the little numbers from the doors, the lobby sign, as well as the big motel sign. And other little details in this piece include like little bats. Well, not bats everywhere, but there's like one hanging from the sign, like the big motel sign, and some are included in like the windows, or like in the window, like I don't know what the particular term is, but you see it a lot in like Gothic architecture, on like the windows in particular, where it has like these little like intricate designs like as a part of the window. It's not stained glass, it's something else. I'll have to look it up, and I'll insert a picture of like what I'm talking about. But I did that with a bunch of bats on it because I thought it would look really cute. And you know, vampires, bats, I mean, come on, that's like, they go hand in hand. I had to include bats somewhere, especially because I love bats as well. But yeah, now that I've finished these two pieces, I have another project that is going to be, well, another two-part series that is going to be the next thing that we're working on in my Drawing 2 class. And they're both landscapes, one with dry media and the other with wet media, which I'm really excited about doing the wet media one, as I love using wet media, particularly watercolors. I've done quite a few watercolor pieces and I adore it so much. Honestly, I could talk about it a lot. Like when we did the critiques for this series of drawings, this Invented Spaces ones, before we did like a big group critique, our professor like broke us off into like pairs. And after the guy that was my partner and I, after we had finished doing each other's critiques, we were just talking, and we were talking about like different medias that we like to use, and I brought up watercolor and I kept like talking about it, and he's like, I'll take your word for it, because he doesn't really use it a lot. He's like, I'll take your word for it, that's good, because I just couldn't shut up about it. But yeah, so I'm excited about doing the wet media one. It's supposed to be like somewhere on campus that we're supposed to be doing this landscape series for, and they also have to be done, or she would prefer if they're done in situ, which is basically like right there, so I'd have to take all my supplies and stuff outside. As I'm recording this voiceover, it's Monday, March 4th, and these aren't due until after spring break, because next week is spring break for me, and I think it's due like the Thursday after spring break, I believe, or maybe the Tuesday. But they're going to be due pretty soon. I just, you know, have to get to work. I can't procrastinate. Thankfully, I don't have to, like, go to, like, sit in the class to do this. Obviously, like, because I said that she wants us to be around campus. But, like, she's not going to be, like, taking attendance anything either Tuesday or Thursday. So I can just, like, go ahead and go out. Also, I inserted this clip of this pencil lead just because I thought it was curved really weird. And I don't know. I wanted to show you guys that for whatever reason. I just thought it was weird. But anyways, yeah, I'm pretty happy about that I don't really have to do like attendance and stuff like that, which, I mean, I can't lie, I probably like won't, like during my class time, I probably won't go like somewhere on campus. Also mainly because like that class is like really early in the morning, and while I do get up early in the morning, I don't like getting up and getting ready like so early in the morning to go do that. So I'll probably do that later. Or I might go, there's like a pretty big like arboretum? Is that how you pronounce it? I probably totally screwed that up. But there's a pretty big one on like, I would have to drive there. It's not like a part of the main campus, but she said we could go there. And I might go there just because it would be like less people walking about and getting to classes. And also, I've been there before. I went to take like some senior pictures there, like before I graduated high school, and it's very beautiful, and I think you could totally get some really fun, cool landscape drawings done there. So I might do that tomorrow. It's supposed to be really nice this week, which is also the great thing about this project, since we do have to be outside to do it. It's supposed to be in like the 60s, which has been like way better than it has been recently. Like the other week, it was literally like snowing. I'm not joking. It was literally snowing. It was during my internship on a Saturday, and the girl that was there with me at the time, she could see out of like the window, and she's like, oh my god, it's snowing. And she's like, look. And I looked, and it was literally snowing outside. Like, what the heck? Like, the weather where I live has been like so like up and down recently. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, thankfully it's really nice today, especially because I'm going to have to walk quite a bit, because I'm actually recording this voiceover right before I need to leave for my painting class, which I am, okay, so let me talk about this painting class for like a little bit. So I do enjoy it, even though it's pretty difficult as we're using oil paints and I'm so not used to them. But I'm really excited for the project we are currently doing right now, which is on a 36 by 36 canvas. So it's huge. This is like the largest piece I've ever done before. And we were essentially allowed to do whatever we wanted. You know, we kind of had to explain our idea to the professor, and she would kind of give us like some tips and tricks on how to maybe make it better and stuff, or what she liked about it, what could possibly be changed, all that kind of stuff. And with my idea, it has a lot of details in it, and I'm not joking when I say I am still literally working on the sketch for this project. And we started like the actual like sketching part on the canvas, like I started it maybe like last week, the week before. It's taken me forever. I think today I'm going to start like actually putting down like paint, and then I can just worry about like some of the other like areas that need to be sketched out later, just because I really need to get to work. I should have gone like yesterday or something, which was Sunday, to like finish up the sketching part, but I didn't really want to. You know, me being a procrastinator and doing stuff like that is so bad. Like, I so need to get over that habit. It's just so hard, especially like when you're not in the mood to work on something. It's so difficult to try to make yourself do it. Like today, another thing I was working on is for my drawing class, we have to like do like sketchbook pages, or we have to have like, she said 35 plus small drawings, and that's due by this Thursday, which is the 7th of March, or at least for me, that's when it's due. Well, actually, no, for everybody, that's when it's due, because we have to submit our digital portfolio then, like our midterm one, as well as have individual meetings with our professor, and that's when mine is. It is Thursday. And I was working on them because I have been like really behind on like doing these sketchbook pages, and oh my gosh, has it been a pain, because I just like not in the mood to do it, especially like some of like the drawings, like they didn't come out looking great. I'm not happy with them and stuff like that. So it's like super annoying. Though I did do one really cute drawing of a chipmunk, and it was like a really quick pen one, and for whatever reason I like love him, so he's adorable. But yeah, like I keep looking at it like right now, like as I'm recording this, and it's just staring at me being like, Jaden, you need to finish this before Thursday. And I'm like, ugh, I don't want to. But I don't know what I was doing with my voice right there. But yeah, I really, really need to do that. I also have midterm meetings for another one of my classes on Thursday as well, Thursday in the afternoon, for my 3D design class, which we've also started a new project for that class, and it is, we have to make a mask and then also film a video like of like a performance of us like wearing it, and I have no clue what I'm going to do at the moment, so I really need to like at least do the sketches and stuff like that, because that is also due Thursday. I also don't have to go to that class tomorrow, which is really nice, especially because there's no point in me going to that class, because she was like, you can come in and work, but she like wants to approve our ideas for the masks first, and mine won't get approved until Thursday when I have the meeting. So no point in me going in tomorrow. So I kind of pretty much have like a free day tomorrow, which is really nice. I wish on Wednesday I had a free day, but Wednesdays are so long because we have like, I have the internship, and it can just like, that's like 3 hours long, and it can just get so boring sitting there. But anyways, as you can see right now, I was working on my favorite part of this entire piece, which was this Bates Motel sign, which is a play, of course, on Bates Motel. And once I had finished that up, as you can see, I put coffins available on like the lower part of the sign, because I didn't know what to write, and my uncle said something like, do something like that, because I was trying to like, I needed ideas. But anyways, as you can see now, I'm using a charcoal pencil to color in the background. I actually ended up using a softer one than the one that you see me using, or like the one that I showed off. I then rubbed it out with a little tissue, and then here is the sketch for the second part, or like the second piece, which is one that like I said, I did not like it. Right now, y'all got a little time lapse of me working on the TV, which the partner who, like, when we were split off into pairs for the critiques, he thought it was a microwave. Or he's like, is it a microwave or TV? I was like, it's a TV. It does look kind of weird though. But anyways, as you can see right now, there is an error, because I really just had to get to work on this piece, and I was busting my butt. I was up so late trying to get it. And here is the final piece, or both pieces. As you can see, here's like some issues you can see, like especially like on the right side where I didn't make it dark enough. And then here is the second piece. Again, really plain, needed a lot more work, and you can definitely tell that I rushed it. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day. And yeah, bye!